Hello guys. I am back. It is November the 4th, Tuesday evening. I just logged off work. I know that's the story of my life. I just logged off work. But I'm over at the house. And yesterday I left my camera at home and I did not bring it with me. So I'm just going to show you what all I was able to get accomplished on yesterday and what we have to do today. My dad came over here yesterday during the day by himself, and he was able to finish making all the cuts for the shoe molding. He did 3 bedrooms and this tiny little hallway over here. And then he stayed here until I got here after work and just kind of took me around and showed me what he had done. And then he left. I made him leave because it was like 6:30 in the evening. And then I stayed and I went around and I nailed down all of the shoe molding that had not already been nailed down. And then after that, I went through and I caulked every piece of baseboard and shoe molding with the exception of the master bedroom. So I'm just going to turn the camera around, show you what we got done, and then I'm going to give you guys a close-up today when I get it done in the master bedroom. Okay. So I'm just going to start in one of these bedrooms and just show you. You can just kind of see where the shoe molding is down and then where the caulking was done there. I also caulked the little nail holes so you don't see the nail holes. And of course this looks cream and this looks white because this was primed, so we're going to paint it so that it's the same color. But that is this bedroom, and I also had to go around and caulk around the vent covers. I've got to sand some of that off and we'll do some touch-up paint. This hallway, this bedroom is done. So we have shoe molding everywhere around the house now. All of the living room was done. All of this hallway was done. We had to replace that piece of baseboard, and then I caulked everywhere. We also had to replace that piece of baseboard, and when we took the baseboard out, I put a little hole in the wall, so I patched that up. Well, a little piece of the sheetrock came off, so I patched that up. So I got to sand all that off before I go around and finish caulking that. I need to caulk this piece of shoe molding because I had to do some adhesive to keep this in because it was the gap between the floor and the bottom of the baseboard was so wide that I could not nail it in everywhere. So I was able to nail in a couple places in the middle, but on these ends I had to put some construction adhesive on the barely tip on that side as well, and then I pushed these heavy books up against it to hold it to it. So they should be fine now because I did that yesterday. But this room is done. So everywhere is done except for the master bedroom. And let's go ahead there now. I will give you guys a close-up view of what we do there. So what I'm using is this DAP latex painter's acrylic caulk. So this right here is for interior and exterior use, and it has a 25-year like guarantee or whatever. And it's white. It's only a little bit left in here. I do have a second one, but I'm gonna use this one up before I open up the second one. So I'm going to turn the camera down. I do apologize if it's kind of dark in here. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna start here in the corner, and we're just gonna put a tiny bead all along here, and then I'm gonna do this side. I won't go all the way. I'm just gonna use my finger, and I'm going to start to wipe. And when I get enough of extra on my finger, I go back and I cover the nail holes. So here's a nail hole there. So I have a lot of extra on my finger, so now I'm going to go where I don't have any caulk and use this up. Filling in the nail holes. Do this side. So now you always have a damp, wet towel with you. I'm gonna take the towel and I'm just gonna wipe. Wipe this out. Every now and again, you have to go clean your towel, clean your finger, just kind of wash and reset. So we're gonna keep doing that in this room until we get done. All right. I see a piece of shoe molding that my dad did not nail in good enough. It's kind of coming apart, so I'm gonna go get the nail gun and the air compressor and nail that little piece in. It's right underneath that window right there. I'll be back. So I was able to finish off this room. So I got it all caulked. Added a few nails in a couple of places. And now we're gonna head to the transition pieces. So now we're going to start placing the transition pieces down. And when I say transition pieces, I mean where this vinyl plank flooring meets another type of flooring. So like right here where the vinyl flooring meets the tile, the ceramic tile in the kitchen, we have a transition piece. Right here where the vinyl planks meet the tile of the fireplace hearth, we have a transition piece. Also, all of the bathrooms where the vinyl planks go into the bathroom, we have a transition piece. And then also where it goes into the closets, because I did not put this in the bedroom closets. The bedroom closets have new carpet for like 3.5 years ago. And of course, if you're not walking in there and spilling things on there when you're in the closets were not bad at all. I have a a carpet shampooer that I am going to shampoo the carpet upstairs, the stairwell, and all of the closets. So there is a transition piece going from carpet to this vinyl as well. So I don't know if I'm gonna get all of them down. This is my first time doing this. I have some weights from home and I have some heavy books from home. And we are going to use construction adhesive to put this down. There is another way you can do this. They have this little channel this metal channel that comes with the transition pieces, that if you're like upstairs, if you're on a foundation where there is plywood or something where you can nail things into, these have like little holes. I don't know if you can see them. Little holes like every 3 inches or so. You can screw this into your plywood. Say for instance, if I was doing this upstairs, I would be able to screw this into the plywood and then slide the transition pieces onto this little channel and it'll lock in place. But since we're on a concrete foundation, we're just going to glue this down. So, excuse me. So I have the heavy duty construction adhesive, like liquid nails is what I'm going to use. And I'm going to put a little bead of that liquid nails on each side of the transition pieces. I'm going to clean the surface really well, then glue it down, and then I'm going to put, like I said, I have a couple of weights and a couple of heavy books that I'm going to put down to hold it down, and we will leave it in place until I come back tomorrow and take them off, and then I can move around to other places. So I'm going to start off with around the fireplace. If that doesn't take too long, then we'll head to some of the bathrooms. So we're gonna get this done quickly. I'm gonna set you guys up so you can watch me do it for the first time. All right. So this is called a reducer, where one side is higher than the other side, because this tile is thicker than the flooring. So this is going to rest on the tile, and the reducer goes down. It curves down to the bottom. Right? It's gonna sit like this, so that it's resting up here, and then it reduces down and it meets there. There are no gaps, as opposed to if it was like a T-mold. A T-mold is even on both sides. It would have had a gap here. So this is called a reducer because this is so thin and my tile pieces are much thicker. I'm going to cut this at a 45-degree angle, and then I will have a piece coming from there to meet here at a 45-degree angle, and the same on the other side. So I started cutting these 45-degree cuts around the fireplace and got a little scared. I said, I'm gonna leave that for another day. I'm going to head into my straight cuts, and I've done 2 bathrooms, and now I'm working on the doorway from the dining room to the kitchen. I'm gonna show you what I have done so far. This is one bathroom. I know it's hard to see because I have the books and then I have the weight on here, but you can see the transition piece here poking through there. So I put it underneath the door frame a little bit, and then I don't have enough weights for everywhere, so I just stack like 2 heavy books on one side, and then this is a 5-pound weight right here. And then in the other bathroom, I have on this a 10-pound weight and 2 books on this side. And like I said, you can't see, but the transition piece, I don't want to move it. I have adhesive glued to it, but you can kind of see the transition piece right there. I'm going to set you guys up so you can see the next piece that I'm about to do. I have already glued the back of it, so let me show you. So I am using this. Uh-oh, Lord. Okay, get it together, Payla. Now we got construction adhesive on my eyelid. We don't want any problems with that. Okay, I'm using liquid nails, construction adhesive. I also have some the heavy duty liquid nails, but this one is like tinted, like a tan color. So I just figured I'd use that in case any oozes out the side of the transition pieces, you won't see white. So I have already, let me show you what I did. I've already put my shadow. I already put all of the adhesive on the underside, and then we're gonna take it to this doorway right here. I already cleaned off this doorway pretty well, wiped it down on both sides, and we're gonna glue it in. Well, this is probably an awkward angle for you guys, but you'll see how I'm doing it. I'm gonna get my towel so I can wipe off the excess glue. So I'm going to put just some scrap piece of flooring down on the flooring on both sides. Or I probably could put the backing where it's a little bit softer. And for this one, since it's such a wider spot, I'm going to use my heavy 35-pound weights. All right, y'all. I have two 35-pound weights. Put one on each side. Probably doesn't need all of this, but that's what we're gonna do. So there you have it. We have our transition piece, and it just like nicely flows over into the tile. And that's it. I think I may do one more bathroom, and then that will be it for tonight. These are my last two. These are my last two for the night. I'm gonna do this bathroom, and then we're gonna do the doorway going out into the hallway. I have already put the adhesive on here, and I already measured and cut. All of these bathroom doorways are the same. Well, this one doesn't slide underneath like I thought it would. to cut just a little bit off. Let me go do that. The others slid under a little bit easier. So I made a couple of cuts. The first time I didn't cut enough. The second time I think I cut too much, so we'll see. Oh, that fits good. There we go. And I just need to wipe up all this excess glue. And we're in business. All right. Just gotta get a little bit up with the paper towel first. This is all we have left. All right, we're gonna do this last one here. I've already cut this one. Let's hope we have enough space for this to go underneath here. I'm gonna have to cut this one also. A little too long. Let me go cut this one right quick. And maybe not. I need another little slither off. Okay. Let's go get a little bit more off this side. Crossing my fingers. There we go. Perfect. So it is 9:38 in the evening. I once again spent more time here than I had planned on it, but I got a lot done and I'm happy. I finished caulking everything, so everything in the house is caulked. And I also got a chance to put down a lot of the transition pieces. And I've run out of books and weights. So this is about all I could do tonight anyway. I have one more entry into a bathroom doorway. And then I have to do this right here. And then I have to finish up the fireplace. I already got one piece cut. I need to cut the two sides. And so for those 3 areas, this right here, the fireplace, and then that one bathroom, I have 3 full transition pieces, reducers. And then I have 4 closets that I need to put the other piece that like butts into a closet. I have 4 closets that I need to do that, and I have 2 of those pieces. So I have enough to get everything done. I cannot do the closets where it goes into the carpet until I get my tack strips put down. So I'll probably do that tomorrow. I'll hammer in my tack strips. I will pull the carpet tight and put that on the little tacks, and then we can put those transition pieces down. And then hopefully I'll have enough time tomorrow to get done with all of this and then start on a little bit of painting. I'm going to start off with the rooms that don't need much paint other than touch-up paint. We're going to start and get that done, and then I have to clean up all of these bathrooms really good. One of them needs to be completely painted. The other one needs quite a bit of touch-up paint. The third one doesn't need any paint done in there. Then I have to paint this entire wall in the kitchen. It's going to probably take me a couple of days to do all of that painting, but I can get started with the touch-up paint. And then the very last thing is going to be the baseboards. I will paint the baseboards and the shoe molding, and then we'll clean the floors really good. I need to clean all the lighting, finish cleaning the windows in the kitchen. Then upstairs, we're going to shampoo the carpet, do some touch-up paint up there. So, got to clean all the appliances. My sister is going to come help me do that. So yeah, it's quite a bit that we have still left to do. I'm thinking maybe 2 weeks. Next week I will put the sign out, and the for rent sign out in the yard. I'm trying to prolong that because I know once I do that, I'm gonna get a ton of calls. However, it's time to stop rambling, get out of here. I will see you guys tomorrow, my tomorrow, for you in 2 seconds. Have a good night.